The Sikh community in Malaysia is relatively small in population, but their contribution to the country's history and development is very significant. The Sikhs were the descendants of a diaspora of Sikhs from their homeland in Punjab dating back to the 1800s. Along with them came the Sikhism religion and their rich heritage. Sikhs were first employed in China and Hong Kong for law and order. After that, the Sikhs came to Singapore and Malaya. Tracing back in history, the first Sikhs who came to the then Malaya were two political prisoners. Nihal Singh, or better known as Bhai Maharaj Singh, and Karak Singh were thrown out of India in the 1800s due to their anti-British involvement. The process of migration of Sikhs into the country started again in the 1900s. This time they were recruited into the armed forces in the British Empire during World War I and World War II to fight against the Japanese invasion of Malaya and Singapore. During World War II, 3,400 Sikh soldiers laid down their lives to help speed up Malaya's fight towards freedom. According to researcher and writer of Sikh history, Harchand Singh Bedi, this battle proved that the Sikh soldiers were superior and fearless in fighting against the Japanese.
I always believe that a Sikh must be a soldier by himself and also a priest by himself. So these are two identities a Sikh must have in himself. He must be a soldier. I think by our gurus have embedded this into us that that's why they call us as saint soldiers. We are also a saint, we are also a soldier.
Harchand Singh's research has provided a rare glimpse into Sikh history that many never knew.
60% of the recruitment in the country were represented by the British Indian Army here. So if you look at the Kampar sector and wherever you go, the frontline fighters were basically the Indian Army, whereas the commanding officers were all British and Australians. So this is where many people are not aware of that, because we came from India, and all the while British has colonized India in Malaya and many other places. So it was under the British flag. So wherever we go, the only name appear that the forces represented British. We were all from the British Army. By the end of the day, when you go in details, the British Indian Army, when you look at the recruits were recruited were basically the Indians.
After the war, the British offered the soldiers jobs in Singapore and Malaya, and that is how the Sikhs left Punjab and moved to settle here.
After the war ended here, most of them went back, and they came back later and they joined with the civil services. Okay, they were recruited as security guards, and then they were recruited in the civil services. They were working in the office ran by the British. They were working in the plantations. Okay, they were also working in the mining office in the country itself.
The British force had very high regard for the Sikhs, and they preferred to recruit the Amritdhari or the baptized soldiers.
The British preferred to recruit Amritdharis. That is a very clear fact. If you look at the documentary evidence here, the Sikhs were actually Amritdhari Sikhs. The baptized Sikhs were recruited in the British forces simply because they don't consume alcohol, they don't smoke, and most of them were all vegetarian.
Soon after the migration of Sikhs into the country, the establishment of Gurdwaras, the Sikhs' place of worship, began.
Wherever they are there, they will make a temporary Gurdwaras.
There are now about 138 Gurdwaras in the country which have become a focal point for the Sikh religion, cultural and community activities. Together with other multiracial communities in the country, the Sikhs also played a pivotal role in the development of Malaysia.
You know, there is a term, Tanah Tumpah Nia Darahku. So I believe that many others, a lot of people from all around has actually died defending the country. So I would always say that we are Malaysian now. We are very happy living in the country, a peaceful country where nothing to worry of, and we have established ourselves in the country called Malaysia. And same goes to others who have actually established themselves in many other countries, but originated from Punjab, India itself. But we are not forgetting our roots. That we are proud. We are Punjabis living in the country in Malaysia.